That's the moment when Andy came back to make his movie.
Hello.
What happened after was out of my control. Andy felt it was necessary to stay in the character.
He's exactly the way Andy was.
It's totally surreal.
When I heard I had the part,
Please welcome Jim Carrey!
it's as if I went into a fugue state
Being the greatest tonight.
and Hyde showed up.
That story is just such a part of Christmas. So yeah, it was incredibly important not to screw it up.
What happened after was out of my control. It was not me. I was not making choices based on what Jim does.
Here's your motivation.
He felt it was necessary for him to stay in the character.
𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔. Just keep it kind of loosey-goosey.
At some point, he tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Sit down. I'll be doing my movie."
Action!
The attitude was already there. And when you put that makeup on, there's no choice. That nose, the jowls. Universal didn't want the footage we took behind the scenes to surface so that people wouldn't think I was an asshole.
You're going to have people that are going to sue this production for mental stress.
Yeah, there's feelings of guilt, feelings like, damn, I lost control again. To him, when the movie was over, I couldn't remember who I was anymore.
I'm the Grinch. I'm the Grinch.
So you step through the door not knowing what's on the other side, and what's on the other side is everything.
Definitely an important moment in the process where I found myself subjugating Jim Carrey for Andy Kaufman and Tony Clifton, and then at the end of it looking for Jim Carrey again and having trouble finding him. And at a certain point I realized, hey, wait a second, you know, if it's so easy to lose Jim Carrey, who the hell is Jim Carrey?
Before I started work, I went over to Christ Cathedral and I sat by his grave and I prayed a rosary with him. I finished praying with him and I said, Lonnie, I want to honor you with this film. And I really want to bring justice and you know, the testament to the gifts of God's grace and powers that you know, displayed while you were on this earth. And so, if this is a good idea that I do this film, have somebody give me a sign. Give me a sign, have God give me a sign. And the minute the words left my mouth, behind me there was a door open to the cathedral, and this giant chord rang out for about 5 seconds. So I heard that and I was like, okay, thanks for that.
You channel the spirit of Malcolm, because I remember one specific time where, you know, we went to Malcolm's speeches, and once you finished with the text, you kept on going. Right. And we I didn't say cut. right. We kept loading the camera. We kept loading the camera, and there were many times in that film where we all had to pinch ourselves because we thought we saw the reincarnation of Malcolm. It wasn't about impersonation, you know,
Trying to capture the spirit,
and just trying to, you know, act as well. I'm gonna look like him and that, but that's just surface stuff.
Basically what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision to play that.
There was a particularly profound moment where I went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is where Desmond eventually retired and passed away. And I went onto his old property and went into his old woodshed and handled his tools and walked around the lake that he would walk around. And it was, I spent a day there just kind of praying and asking, like, just guide me through this. If you can hear me, tell me what to do, tell me how to move, tell me how to speak, tell me how to behave, and I'll do whatever you say. So that there was a strange, mysterious spirituality going on around the making of this film.
I think he wasn't a talker, Desmond, and Andrew's able to convey very much without the need of dialogue as an actor. I mean, you can just see it through his eyes and stuff. It's all going on. So, I mean, his talents, I think very talented, just suited this character. And then I wasn't disappointed at all. He's managed to inhabit Desmond, or Desmond inhabited him. I'm not sure which. I think there was both going on.
Sasha is my alter ego. I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and nothing like Sasha. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do.
I try to allow the spirit of the character to live through me. So I just try to encompass and allow myself, I'm almost the vehicle to channel the spirit of the character through.
My one experience with Heath on the film was our scene together in the hospital bed, which was really my only scene with him. And it was, I was in the hospital bed that day, and I thought, well, I don't really have any lines. What am I gonna do? And I had no idea what was gonna happen. And so I got in the bed, and they were lighting, and Chris was walking around and doing things, and then Heath came around, and Heath was always in character. So he would come around and, you know, be talking to himself in the corner, like this. And then all of a sudden my hand would go up like this, and he caught my hand. So we just went through this organic process of developing this scene, which was really nothing. And then he puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, that's what acting's all about.
I am all about mediums. I'm so obsessed. Anyone that knows me knows I love connecting to the spirit world. So yeah, if you can tell me anything about my psoriasis and how to fix it, I'm down to see what happens. I don't know much about you. Are you a real medium?
Yeah, I'm the medical medium. Been doing this forever. Just going through every organ, looking for the problem. With you, it's definitely the liver. You have really high deposits of copper. I know it probably sounds so far-fetched, right?
No, I believe in it.
Heart looks good.
And then we launched into the first take, and 2 voices came out of you. Do you remember this? 2 voices, and they were simultaneous words, but they were 2 levels of sound. And you said, well, sure, Cheryl, I'm many different people. I said, no, Jack, you're channeling.
Monroe attributed her ability to affect the public to other entities that would inhabit her and take her over. She was known for entering into deep trances before each scene. One of Monroe's close personal psychics recalled how she would draw attention from the spirit world, asking for their guidance.
I've been told that all actors really hail from the early medicine men and the shamans in the villages pre-Christianity, where they would put on masks and act out, and really they were probably pretty crazy.
In this movie, you literally are fighting an inner demon. This hell beast that lives within you, and I'm kind of curious. It looks like it takes a lot of energy just to be able to bring that out physically, performing it. What was it like kind of working yourself up to that energy level to kind of have this fire burning inside of you?
Well, what happens is when you make a decision to use the outside to work in, not only does it give you a kind of power, not unlike a child on Halloween, it also instills fear in your co-stars and the people around you, and you see that in their eyes, and then you don't have to act because you suddenly get power from their fear.
So what I would do is I'd put on Afro-Caribbean paint, like a white and black paint, and black out my eyes so I look like this sort of Afro-Caribbean voodoo icon. And then I would sew in bits of Egyptian artifacts that were thousands of years old into my costume and gather some onyx or tourmaline or something that was meant to have vibrations. And who knows if it works or doesn't, but for me it was an idea of like trying to stimulate my mind or trick my mind into believing I was this character from another dimension. And I would walk on the set and then wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't say a word, so I projected this aura of horror, which created fear in my fellow actors, which then inspired me to believe I really was this character.
And the same thing too, if in the mythology, if you could sell your soul to the devil, this could happen to you. I think that was the...
Well, in an interesting way, Ghost Rider is more real if you go for that sort of thing, in that he deals between the spiritual and the material. And if you have an open mind, anything is possible.
I think just being in that kind of that mind state, that real unapologetic, just real, like, whatever all the time, kind of kept it caught up with me, and like I got a little depressed. It was tough for me for a minute,
Really?
Just readjusting to being around the people that care about me, getting that love that I shut out for a long time. Like, I shut out love. I didn't want love and affection. I wanted to be in this lonely place as long as I could in order to kind of capture the essence of what Eric, Stevens was, what Killmonger was. So when we wrapped the film, I'm like, in my mind, I was like, okay, cool, go back to, regular life, get back to LA, it'd be cool. But it was a little tough for me at first to kind of like accept
It was hard
that
just to lay him down and be done with it.
Yeah.
How did it take you a while?
It took me, I don't really know exactly when I came out of it, but, I went to therapy, you know what I'm saying? I started talking to people, started unpacking a little bit.
I prayed a lot to Oscar during this, I asked for his guidance to be around me, like, shooting this film, so, I can't give any credit to anybody but Oscar, and
I would pray to him. I would channel his energy. I would just ask to be around. It's that weird, eerie feeling, but it was a good feeling. I don't think I could have done it without him being there.
Him, Oscar.
Oscar. Yeah.
The energy of
Oscar. The energy of Oscar. His presence, for sure.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. So she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids, and I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones, and she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes, and I say all these mantras. She said, "You're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch."
She died at 17, and she had just had my mother. She was found with her hands tied behind her back, hung in the basement.
So let's see. My symbol for alone, alone, alone.
Like she was felt super alone?
Like, it's just coming through in a way of like, I don't want to be with Grandpa. This is a message I want to kind of deliver, and it's something they do frequently say, but it comes through extra in this case. She does not want her death to be how we remember her when it comes to like her life. And just recently there was a conversation that was had. She wasn't able to have closure or really convey her feelings to the full extent. And the feeling is basically, I die without being able to have a resolve. Yeah. She, from her end, has released this. She wants you to know she didn't kill herself. Okay.
We've always sort of speculated there could be like some ghost dance parties happening around while we're here.
There's a presence of a woman that comes through pretty strongly. And it's like very much in here for some reason and like up there. So if you see someone out of the corner of your eye, don't worry, it's all good.
Is it all good?
It's all good, friendly, but connected to the house in some way. And it's just very like kitchen oriented and up the stairway.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.